Guys, this is DoD FireFox with the new upgraded Hades build order by HUSKSUPPE and DoD FireFox. Um, I know. There have been tons of releases and iteration of this build order. I currently, so let me start like this. We watch a game against a computer where I demonstrate the build order. And then we watched a real game against the co-host or the co-founder, HuskSoup, um, a live game. So, okay, we start with putting 4 villages on gold, get the 150 gold. So you can see this once you reach 2,900. You move 2 on a temple and 2 on the wood. And that's it. Also, we hurt any animals that we have. We hurt here. I would maybe not advise this on a map like this new Japanese map Key or whatever, where there's a tons of cows in the middle. So there you should probably um, go for a granary, which also means you probably have 14 to 15 wilds when you go to Classic. Why I improved my build order? First of all, I see, for example, someone like Mister, who always seems to go up very early or fast. And I don't understand it in some matchups, to be honest, why he does it. But I just wanna go up faster consistently and try more aggression on civs like Japanese. And by the way, Mister is the goat, but his build order is shit. Sorry, Mister. The hardest build order was really shit. But if Mister uses a good build order, oh my god, he would be unstoppable. So we combine. No, we just do the build order right. We cannot play like Mister. That's a problem. But at least we can do the build order right. And so the build order is really simple. We want to go up faster and then do our stuff, whatever it is. Obviously, if you want to go for a one town center play, sometimes it's better, especially if you want to mass Cyclops. Sometimes it's better to do this build order and then just add more wills in a Heg. So you have more economy to deal with when you are in Classic. Which could also mean that you go 19 wills, for example. Like so 15 times 18 seconds, whatever the time is. If you want to do some fast heroic. Okay, as you see, we went for 14 wills here. This time around, we do a variant where we do a fast second town center. So we keep 3 on food, we put 4 on gold, and we have 7 on wood. Build a house with foodie because we need the gold and the wood for a second town center. And as I said, I will not. This will not last a lot longer. This video. We then go to the real game. But here's the second town center variant. So first 4 on the gold until 2,900. 2 build a temple, 2 go to wood, and then we queue onto food until we can up. That's super easy. It's even more simple than the first iteration of this build order. And now we go up, let the resources come in. Vault of Erebus is ticking. So this is obviously the whole reason why we do this because we want Vault of Erebus, which gives us 2.35 Greek villagers on gold that are unraidable. And the gold is slowly ticking in, as you can see. So even if you move these off, we will have more gold income. So now I move off of 328 when they moved off, and now the gold is ticking up. So 323, 326, and so on. 22, 36. And then, oh my god, I cannot talk. And then we go to the town center and take it. Get the Achilles, where the Ajax, who can now pick up relics. And that's it. That's a build. Super simple. Now I show you against our gold super in a real game. So this is a real ladder game. Soup 2.1k here on his account. I'm probably around 2k on this account. So pretty much the top of the ladder. And you can see the same build. We go 4 on gold. We try to, well, we start shoving in the separate, the giraffes. The giraffes are very nice to shove in because they, yeah, you have only 4 animals that you have to, or herd in, that you have to herd in. And all we do now is queue on food. So very simple. You go here, you look at the gold, it reaches 2,900. Sleepy guy, sleepy FireFox, okay. 2 on the temple and 2 on the woods. That's it. We pre-queue Vault of Erebus. And so Vault of Erebus takes about 150 seconds to pay itself off. So once you pass that time, it starts to net net plus to your economy. And now, yeah, let's watch the game. So we are against the Amaterasu, which is one of the new Japanese gods, and she's really, really busted. I mean, she got the ban, not the ban, but the nerf hammer like 3. No, actually, she got nerfed 1 or 2 times. But she got nerfed considerable amount, but she's still OP. So from ultra busted to strong, let's say. And obviously, Soup is a very capable opponent. And here to bring the build order home, the HUSKSUPPE FireFox build order. We are just queuing now here on the GRFEs. Spread them nicely on the food. And as you see me, I go for a circle around the base. I see a elephant. I see a second gold mine, even though this is not really relevant. I mean, it's too close, basically, in the trajectory of our opponent. But you see me on early scouting, and you know what this means. And now 1 more villager. So this time we don't even go for 14, we go for 13 villagers. It kind of depends on what you want to do. As I said before, if you want to go for second town center, then potentially 14 villagers is better, as you have a little bit more resources. But this time around, we go for 13. And very important is to collect at least 2 favor. Maybe 4 would be better. Getting 4 favor, so you can potentially rebuild Achilles or build a Pegasus to scout. So I really like to build an early Pegasus and put it on auto scout. So I don't have to migrate or worry about it, but it will just fly around and also find these bad boys here if they are spread out on the map. But people stopped doing this. They just stopped spreading these guys out on the map against me because I sent early heroes. So they're being very smart, and potentially this guy is going to pick up relics. What relics do we have? Faster building time, cheaper wills. Oh my god, really? Pegasus relic, really, really strong. And this one that gives a trickle of food. So he's grabbing the relic. But one thing, Mr. Soup, one thing is there is this guy. He's already here because we went for the fast build order. So remember, we had 13 wills, now we have 14 because we built another, and the 2.35 unrateable gold villagers. So we are actually ahead in economy right now. And there's some shenanigans here to stop it, and Soup puts his solar shield down, which is very good. Now if he sends some mystical unit to raid, then he doesn't have the shield, so he cannot dive in the base here. So it's already a win. This is a giant misplay, I don't know, I'm just... And here, oh my god, actually I could have killed at least 1 villager here, maybe 2, but I misclicked. It's not like I didn't see this. I remember in the game I was like fat fingering this shit and didn't click on the real villager. I'm like, oh shit. And now we didn't get a kill, but at least we got a lot of idle time, and we forced Super to create military buildings. This was also very nice because in the game before, okay, you cannot notice, but in the game before, I rushed him. I Ares rushed him actually, but no, did I Athena rush him? Probably I Athena rushed him before, and now he puts down 2 buildings because he maybe expects more units. But honestly, with this back gold mine, he should probably assume that I won't go for it, because last time he had a gold mine here, and we grab a second town center on the back of this, so we are ahead by 2 villagers, and we have the 2.35 unraidable villagers. So currently we are ahead. Japanese is just busted. The problem is they have Bushido, and with Bushido they get free upgrades. So you kind of need a village center or a second town center. And there comes in the dude Reno, but he doesn't have the favor for a solar sheet. Look at this. This guy has to go back potentially. Yes, or maybe it even dies. Lol. Goodbye. And this is the thing, because we kept raiding, he couldn't have his Mikos on the shrine, so he didn't get any favor. And he was running around villages. I mean, the harass wasn't that well executed. I did way better harasses before, where I even get some villagers, or I run around for like in circles for like 5 minutes around the base. Okay, that's an overestimation, but the harass itself wasn't that good, but it wasn't like bad either. You know, it was pretty good. We got a shield. We got some idle time. He had to put the Mikos of the shrines and heal the villagers. He had to run from here to here, probably mess up some macro, and and um, yeah, just good. Now he's pumping, and we forced him to do this. That's really good because he probably didn't think that I would go not for units this time around. So I keep switching up my stuff. And now we go for this. We don't have sentinels, remember? We don't have sentinels, so this here is a little bit maybe the sentinel's reaction here was a bit too much since his shield was down, but I couldn't have known that he didn't have 10 favor. If he had another Miku, for example, right around collecting here or so, or maybe here or whatever, then he maybe had the favor for the solar shield. So, but now we are ahead by yeah, like almost 7 villagers, or even more with the Vault of Erebus. So 7 plus 2.35, and now he goes for the counter town center, which comes in quite a bit late. And also, you see him researching hand axe right now, which also means he is behind. As I seen in the top before, we already got our um, economy upgrades, and here it's a barrack to stop in the harass, but he does a nice job here harassing this. And now we can speed this up because this game was just a boomy fest after this. But I think the build order, okay, Super didn't pay attention here. Good for us. The build order after this is pretty much the build order is came across pretty well, I think. So when can you go up fast and actually utilize it? I think it's pretty good against Japanese, especially Susanoo, as he's really weak early. You just run in, you cause trouble. I think it can work well against Egypt. Depends also really on the playstyle of your Egyptian opponent. So some Egyptians just usually go and grab just a second town center, like very greedy without. You can like kind of force them to get a barrack up first, be sure there are no heroes around and stuff like this. But some Chinese player like some Japanese player, what am I saying? Some Egypt player like to do this. Then Chinese maybe. I mean, Nuva will probably be able to deal with a 13 will up into Ares. Depends if it takes Ares or not. Then you can take down the Earth Wall. Shenong will have his farms, his invisible farms, so you probably cannot harass him that well, at least. Fuji is maybe one, but then he has his hero, his Neza. But at least you force him, I guess, to build it. Um, I don't really know, to be honest. against Norse, I probably wouldn't do it on this patch or on the last patches because they built Hersius very early from the temple, so they get tons of Hersius out, and I think you're maybe better against Norse to go up late and get more economy and earlier economy upgrades maybe even. Honestly, I think currently I think one town center is the best against Norse. So not two town center, but one town center. You have to kind of want to win a big fight with Resto with Cyclops at his second gold, like generally speaking. This bad boy, what the fuck? Okay. Here, by the way, we are one town center now with music. So we have 67. So with Vault of Erebus, let's say 70 wheels plus the plenty volt. So we have about 82 wheels currently. We have also the upgrade from Hephaestus that makes all the military upgrades cheaper. And what we want to do now, we let's see if the upgrades. Okay, we are through with them. You kind of once you reach the Hephaestus timer, you want to get all the. This guy should have healed at the temple. Lol. Temple of Healing is really strong, so 4 times a healing spring. This guy could have been healed. But what you want to do is kind of wait for the upgrades to come in, and then you want to go hard. So now we harass what? Kill this. And Super is in kind of a predicament here, because look at his upgrades. I mean, he gets this one basically for free, and a lot of fighting is good for him, as his Bushido will grow fast. You see this? Oh my god, it grows really fast. But on the same time, we have the pushing power now. We're against 3 town center, but we are head and wills, so it doesn't really matter. We took down the main base. You could make an argument that there's no better target really than the main base, because this one could be just pushed down from here, so you don't need to waste Underworld. So I think the Underworld on the main base was just fine. You could also retreat here, back in here, and just keep pushing from here then. But I know there's a fortress there, and didn't see this, I think. But I saw the walls, and I don't want to push through walls, fortress, and whatever. Or maybe they didn't see the fortress? I think this is actually a bug on replay. I think I saw the fortress in the game. Yeah, I saw it. I remember. Weird. I'm confused. I think I saw it. Did I see the foundation come up or something? At least we push in here now. And by the way, these Gastraphides are so underutilized, these bad boys. They are so good. I think they have especially with the speed upgrade for in archery ranges, they are way better than Petroboros or Helepolis. Okay, Helepolis have their merit, but they're so good and they're so underutilized. So I love them because they can turn from a siege unit to a fighting unit or harass with and then back into a siege unit. They also build very fast, like 4 seconds, I think. Now it's 7, but I think with the other upgrade it's like 4.5 seconds or whatever. And if you have 2 fortresses, you can literally spam them, and then you can just maw through stuff. It's really good. Especially before they nerfed the village damage to siege, they were really good. Then because if you have like 2 Helopolis rolling here, then they get shacked down by villagers. Now this is obviously a little bit nerfed, so. But still, Gastrophiles are so good. Especially with the Physis, they get this upgrade against mystical units. This one here. Olympic weapons. So they get some more damage against mystical units, and that's really good in some matchups. If you have to take down Queen Longs, if you have to take down Fire Giants in the back, if you have to take down, well, any Susanu spam, Raichu spam, or whatever. So, again, nice game. Thanks, Super, for being our steering partner in this and for co-hosting the build order. Super is a very cool guy to always talk to. He's very smart, very knowledgeable. I think he knows more game details than myself. So when I'm unsure about something, I can ask Super. Lol. So thanks, Super, for this. For example, last time I didn't really understand the Ares upgrade. So this one here, the whatever bow of fear or whatever. I'm not sure. Or sorrow, horror. I don't know. This one is actually like so I understood it wrong. I thought it gave attack speed if you go or not attack speed, but it gave like so it's basically a mini ballistics. Let's say like this. It's a mini ballistics, and it's very cool in classic if you master Xodis. Um, but I thought because it says in the text that once you have a flame arrow, it will give another 15%. And I thought the flame arrow is meant this one here. So maybe kind of like the translation error, I don't know. But Soup told me that there's just a different arrow basically. The normal arrow to the flame arrow is a different arrow, and that's why it has the same text, so it also gets the buff. Lol. I didn't notice. Yeah. So Suppe, so smart. I mean, he's a teacher in real life, right? Okay, guys, thank you for watching this. This is the improved build order. It's probably easier to play and pull off, and yeah, it's more versatile. And one thing I want to mention: we go from a 220 Vault of Erebus to a 250, so we lose 60 resources in gold, but therefore we get some speed or a lot of speed. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.